Yo, so what's poppin', my G? Where we at?
Yeah, where we at? I can't hear myself.
Why not? Yo, I thought you was in Addis Ababa just now, my G. I thought I just seen you in Addis Ababa.
Hello? Yo.
Yeah.
Yo, we here.
Where we at?
We here.
Where exactly?
Playback.
What's your exact coordinates?
Playback. You know what I mean?
Playback studio, podcast studio?
Today, you know what I mean? Today is a wonderful day, yo. It's a huge day.
As it must be.
Yesterday, the temple, you know what I mean, was named and designed for out in Vegas, Las Vegas, you know what I mean? It's real huge.
Yeah?
The name of the temple is Obakaye Temple.
Word?
First
Obakaye?
official Ifa temple in
Wow.
Las Vegas, Nevada. I
Yeah?
believe it's the status and the name and such.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I mean? It was a dream. It was all a dream. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It became reality to fruition. It's a necessary thing.
A shell.
Yeah, serious, man. It's a beautiful thing. So
Yo.
we're gonna call the Baba, you know what I mean? Play with the God, get some insight on this whole situation, this time of year.
You have reached House of Obala. No one is able to take your call at this time. Smile. You look wonderful. Please leave a name and number,
Right.
and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
You got the new joint.
Yo, so
Yeah, that was House of Obala.
this House of Abala calling. I don't know why he's calling me though. And again, people, it's science again.
Yeah.
It's science
And the
again.
excitement, I forgot to say, this is science again. You know what I mean? My brother Lucy.
Alright, keep going.
Yeah, yesterday was a good day as well because we were by the Binkus barbecue. It was the memorial for big brother Jax, you know what I mean? Chris Thurston. That's the brother. He's amongst the Egun now, amongst the ancestors, you know what I mean? Big him up. In the
Respect,
prayers.
honor,
Big him up every day in my
honor.
prayers. You know what I mean?
Respect, Chris.
Real shit.
My brethren Jax, you know I say a lot of y'all all the time. Bink is for life.
Yeah, and it was also the celebration for Mafioso's birthday.
Mafi.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was awesome,
We all at
man.
that 40 bridge.
Yeah. that 40-40 club.
Wow, yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was a blessing. So hold up, science again. We got a caller.
Yo.
Yo.
Peace.
Hey. So what's up, Abu Raboye?
Abura boy.
Yo, so
How you all
yeah,
doing?
everything is well, man. So we was telling the people that yesterday was a big day, the opening of the temple. So exactly what was it? It was yesterday.
So yesterday was the first I'll say yes, Abu Raboye to everybody out there in the Ethernet land and everybody else around, everybody in the studio. So yesterday was the grand opening, the consecration ceremony for the Obakaye Temple in Las Vegas, Nevada. And so exactly what took place was it was the celebration and the divination. So we consecrated the Ifa itself on Thursday, but then we actually divined it to find out the destiny of it, the life of the temple. Yesterday, the Ifa Saturday. And so it is a hub in the Las Vegas Valley in the state of Nevada for people that just want their lives to be good, that want a safe space, a safe place to go, a place where they can learn and grow and gain wisdom and stability in their life.
Nice.
And so we had the
Nice.
Guido drummers with djembes and African dancers come out. And it was just a wonderful time. And we brought a lot of the community together.
Okay.
So it was a full
great.
day celebration.
Yes. We started at around 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
We started around 5:30 in the morning. Then the general public started to come around 12 or 1 o'clock. And it probably ended around 9. People didn't.
Nice.
Asheo.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
What happened? the phone call dropped, because I just heard it hung up just now.
It just hung up. But it didn't say failed or anything though.
Hey, can we take that from the top by chance? That phone call, please.
Let's see. What was that? What just happened? It was just a short? A glitch?
The power cable right here, I guess I kicked
Did
that.
I miss anything?
Yo, peace, Baba.
Yeah.
Yo!
From the top.
So we need something just got kicked out, so we need you to
Rehash.
we were just telling people about the Obakaye temple that was just opened in Las Vegas, Nevada, yo. You can tell them what happened yesterday, what is that about?
Dancers. We also had the Cuban style, the Guido players who do the Orisha songs with like cowbell and congas and all of that. And it was a super strong vibe. Tons of people that I haven't ever met before that I didn't know were even in the valley that were practicing traditionalism.
Oh yeah.
And it was all inclusive. We had Buddhists there, we had Christians there, like some Roman Catholic cats, getting down boogieing. We of course had like the Olukumi style from Cuba. We had traditionally Sheshe people. We even had some Congo Palo folks that were there. And
all these people live in Las Vegas?
Yes. It's all in their own little pockets,
Yeah.
And so the point of Obakaye Temple is to say, we're here to coalesce with everybody, to bring the whole thing together, to form one, cohesive mass, a mass consciousness. And so, it was wonderful. We're going to have a lot of great things coming up. We have temple services on Saturdays at 10 a.m. from 10 to 11. And we talk about Odu Ifa. And so real quick, I just want to say some of the big tenets of the Obakaye Temple are Iwapele, or good character.
Good character.
When divination was done, good character is super important. And people just being on the level, people coming together. People knowing that their destiny, their Ori, is very, very important, and working with that, about us living a certain way.
Governing and ruling oneself properly.
Asheo. Yes, and that's what it's about.
Kingly character again. There it is.
Asheo. Yes. It's a kingly character. Keeping a cool head, being honest with one's words and actions and thoughts, and really helping. We are planning to be a major player in the Las Vegas Valley, in the state of Nevada, as far as outreach, getting into working with the acupuncture schools here. They have an acupuncture university, and really helping. That's where we're at.
Yeah,
give thanks, Baba Ashe, man.
Thanks. Yeah, we know you're up to a lot today too. You got more work you're doing out there, so we just wanted to get some words.
Yes, your hand to be far again.
Yeah, work continues. So yes, hold your head, keep pushing. We here. Obakaye Temple.
Thank you.
Ram.
Obakaye
Thank you all. Y'all have a great one. Onario.
Oh, so good. Yeah, that was amazing. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna keep it real short this week and really talk about, the opening of the temple. That was really the focus, and just to get some insight and to document that moment right now in time.
Yes, Ashe.
Yeah, it's good. We're having a birthday party out here for Unaka's children. So, how many children Unaka got? Was he here when we was talking about how many children? Oh, he wasn't here that day. How many children?
Unaka has two children.
Just two.
Two.
Okay. A girl and a boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're twin, right?
No.
They aren't.
No.
So one person is having a birthday party today.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
It's the boy. It's
They
the
turned
boy.
up.
It's the boy.
Okay. That's why the Nerf guns.
Yes.
They turned up out there.
They have weapons out there, people. I just want you to know, they have weapons out there. They brought weapons for everybody.
They still have brought their own. Yeah.
Listen, I want the world to understand the nature of the world out there, because there's a world out there that you don't know anything about. They have weapons. They have big guns, small guns, but they have bows and arrows that shoot things that aren't arrows. And listen, Suru is like the youngest kid there. He doesn't have any gun. Okay, but you know what he has? He has every spent bullet. He's picking them off of the floor and he's reselling them to the highest bidder. Okay, he's hustling. Want you to know, Sue's on the grind. He doesn't own a gun, but if you want a bullet, you have to get it from him. And I'm out.
Wonderful, yo. Blessed love. Science again.
Science is life.
For real. Shit.
Science again.
This is a production of Playback Productions.
Live.
I want you to know.
It's live, not Memorex. Right? Something like that used to say, right?
Old commercial. Look out.
Yo, so Bob Dylan, Di was saying something about you saying, it's supposed to be sacred, like a secret society.
Secret societies are just that. Secret societies. And some things you are able to say, and some things you have to guard what you say, and some things you should reveal, and some things you should not reveal. So me saying that now is, you don't want to put everybody who simply, because they're IFA practitioner, out there. You know what I mean? Some people need not to know that. Some people, prejudices only begin when they know that you're not doing what everybody else does. You know what I mean? So you've got to be able, or we've got to be able to protect each other when we when we observe certain austerities. You know what I mean? When we have certain sickles in our lives that aren't accepted by the mainstream society. So yes, Ifa worship in the United States, in the West, is a secret society. It is not a secret, but if you're in it, if you're in the society, there are channels in Ifa worship that only the initiated can enter or venture to enter. And some things are more mysterious than need be, but that's the nature of the beast with which we wrestle.
So Bob Dylan, like even like you're saying, you coming up, you know what I'm saying? Remember when Rastafari was, I mean, even for me growing up in Jamaica, I've heard stories, or my grandmother told me, I think it's I don't know if it's the Green Bay or the Green Rich. It was like this uprise, and you know, Rastas was dang near running, cutting their locks off because they was coming to get them. So my point of that is like, it wasn't something that was like big when you was coming up and glamorized having locks. And now today, everybody has locks.
Right.
And not to say that they have the wisdom that come along with Rastafari, but even too, a lot of people are stemming. It's stemmed from it, like, you know, trying to be conscious. So instead of
I hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? You're saying that it can be the spark that lights the fire that can open somebody's eye into a new way of thinking, a whole world that has been existing throughout all the madness of slavery and before. I understand that, but I want you to know that it is to be respected. And a lot of the times, you know, that which is like given
easily
is not cherished. You know what I mean?
right.
So you if you look around, you'll find a whole lot of people wearing elekes or these beads and all that. And it feel like it seemed almost like if people went to New Orleans for Fat beads. Tuesday, and they bought themselves some beads. You know what I mean? And it's about ashe. You know what I mean? It's about strength and power and spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? So my information base tells me it's not something that you want to give up without caution. The information is not something that you want to give up without caution. The players are not things that you want to give up without consideration. That's my only break on How come you were able to surf over that particular wave that devastated everything else? And then you could say, well, you know what I've done? These are the precautions. These are the steps that I've made. These are the things that I've done to improve my life, to buffer myself against the many arrows that come at everybody in the world. It's just my take on it, you know. And you know, in the tradition of people in the diaspora, Orisha shit is Orisha people shit. You know what I mean?
It's not for everybody.
Everybody ain't made this from the same cloth. Everybody ain't cut from the same cloth. You know, it's not something that is it's not divisive, but it's definitely something for black people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you know these kids in the hood got it right now.
And
jobs that I was
a whole lot of legitimate shit too. But you know, when a cat comes to you and he don't sound like what you're accustomed to, but he know what he dealing with, you got to take your hat off to that cat because somebody put the work in. You know what I mean? And when you could go, the thing about it is when I could go to New York and consult with an IFA practitioner, and go to LA and consult with an IFA practitioner, and they don't necessarily know each other and they both tell me the same thing. It resonates with me. You know what I mean? As something having a science to it. You know, that has so if I from these same people have heard, don't show your every hand. I'm taking it like that too, you know. Yeah. Don't show your every hand.
science again.
Science again.
Science again. Microeconomy. What's that? You know, like how black people survive without jobs and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
So that would be an economy within the main economy. You know. You know, like there's a system of numbers and number runners. There's a system of tailors, dressmakers, and boosters. There's a system of, you know what I mean? All of these things count. Well, how does somebody amass capital in the black communities? You know, how do they do it?
How do they do it?
In the world where you have to have certain credibility to even open a bank account.
Right. How do they do it, Baba Dill?
When I was a child, I know the women would do a thing called, in Trinidad, they called it susu.
A partner.
In Jamaica, they call it partner.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, they call it esusu.
Esusu? Oh.
Right? And it is a pooling of a specified amount of money on a regular and consistent basis. For a specified time. At the end of that time, somebody within the group, some member of the group, collects all of that money. And then they continue to contribute to the same, as it were, pot. And then somebody else gets the designated release of funds.
Right.
And it would circle until everybody got their ends.
Their draw out.
Their draw, yeah. You know, they liken it to a banana plant, and each person who get one is like a hand, you know. So you get a hand when your hand, like here in this this course, there are 3 people. Let's say we have a Nesusu going on, and we decide every pay period, which is 2 per month, we pay 300 per person. And one of us will get that at the end of every month.
Right.
Right? That would mean that 3 times 3 is 9. That would be $1,800 every month somebody would get. And you know, you work for your money, and there's no way you can have $1,800 at your disposal otherwise.
Right.
At any one time.
Right.
But now, because of this effort, you have $1,800. So now you're going to come up with a system that will make it worth the while to the group, because that money being kept is being held by somebody in a trusting way, in what they would call on Wall Street by a fiduciary. Somebody who does nothing with that money that wasn't permitted. And all they're allowed to do is to hold on to that until it's divvied up.
Science.
That there's a percentage of all of that money, that $1,800, that will be held back every time a hand is given out. For the trust of it. For the person who's been holding that money. Right? It could be any percentage that is decided by the group.
So that's their money. The trustees, that's
their
money.
Yeah, they would get that.
They're
a lot of the time,
it.
that would be the most trusting person, the most reliable person
in the community
who has more expendable time than anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the person who making probably the least money would probably hold on to that.
Okay.
But you know they're not going to do anything.
Okay. All right, I get it. Okay. So
that's one way that we can amass monies and funds outside of the established banking system. I know of a group of nurses in Manhattan, heavily peopled by Filipinos, and they have like $1,000 a pay period. And some of these women have 3 and 4 hands. You know what I mean? And they wait. They get that once a year. You know, pay period. So they're getting like $30,000 when they do pull. They get once a year you get $30,000 plus your paycheck.
Wow.
You know, you can do something with $30,000.
Yeah, you can. And you know what? It's so interesting, Bob Dale, because I was a partner growing up on Long Island when I was at Champs. Mm-hmm. My mom got me into 2 partners.
Yeah.
And come to find out, you know, that partner money went to
Finance.
California Avenue.
Okay. See,
and at the time, as a young buck, I was like
ignorant,
like, yo, what's up with my
the side effects of your money? You go to work, you get paid, and the pay is the drug that you get for the ailment of you going to work, and there's a side effect, and you don't know what the side effect. The side effect was a build up. It was building up and contributing to something greater than yourself.
And then and also too, you really shed some light on it too for me, Baba Dale, in the sense of like, because you know, you're right, Baba Dale. It's like a lot of people, even in America right now in our community, it's hard for them to be like, yo, I have $1,000 at one time to do this now, to get this particular equipment or something to contribute, uplift my business. Yeah. Like, you know, I could be working for a DJ production, and I'm renting their gear, and I'm going into Buckhead, blah, 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 but I'm still, even with my tips and everything, I cannot accumulate that one lump sum to go to Guitar Center and get that. But now, if I am in this partner, when my time comes around, I'll have that money, and boom, before you know it, wow. So that's definitely deep, because I know the pros of it somewhat, but I've also heard the cons of it doesn't accumulate interest, it doesn't do this, and blah blah blah. I've heard some
Yeah, but in terms of it not accumulating interest, what is your current savings account gaining for your dollar?
Exactly.
You're getting what, a percent, barely a percent on your a return on your investment. So I'm just saying that.
So Baba, you trying to say we should form a susu right now?
Yeah, I think it's a very good idea.
I think it's
a very
great
good idea.
Yo.
And because cats need help, some people have an issue saving anything.
Yes.
You know, some people have an issue saving anything, because if they go and they save it, they're gonna have access to it, and they're gonna utilize that access, and then what?
That's real, Bob Dell. You just really shed some light. Science again.
And some people, because of the many restrictions that laws have and give, because they may have a baby or two, and they don't have a way of managing their contribution to their children's life, they can't have a bank account. If they have a bank account, then the state or the federal government will take it. Will take it based on any judgment that was handed down by any court, federal, state, or And the susu is off the grid in terms of how you can safeguard your little monies. And if you're in a susu, let's say we created one right now, we created a partnership right now, 3 of us, and we decided, well, it's $100 a pay period, so that's $300. But I say to myself, I want to have 3 hands. I want 3 hands. So I'm giving up $300 every pay period. So at every month, I'm getting back $600 of my money that I may have spent at the Shake Booty Club, or on this new girl that I'm going to meet, or on these new pairs, Air Force Ones, or whatever options I may have used that for. Now, I could still utilize them options, but I have more with which to do that.
Science again. I'm telling you, that was science for me, for real. Because, like I said,
how do we survive in the post-slavery experience?
Real partner, susu. Yeah.
It's a great way to outsmart the bankers. Great way. Because how did he afford that car? Or they don't know you have 2 hands on the bottles that you pick up on the street corners for the nickels that you get paid. You pick up sufficient so that you can pay for your susu, your partner. They don't know that.
They don't know that.
Just a thought.
Science. All right, guys. Let's find somebody trustworthy in the community. Let's get it popping. Y'all know how to do it.
Create cells, create cells, create cells. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm playing. That's all I'm praying. Hey, listen, I want to give shout outs to the creator of all, the source of all intentions at this moment. I want to give a big shout out because, I didn't get an invoice for the air that I breathe. It's a wonderful deal. A wonderful deal. It still is free. Because if they could put a price on it, whoo.
Science again.
That might have been the last breath.
Science again.
Again and again. And
Yo,
again and again.
Thanks, Baba. Give thanks, Baba Dale, for blessing us with that knowledge. Thanks for everybody tuning in.
Playback sounds.
Science again. Mountain Lion, Loose, Baba Dale. We in the building. Bless.
Peace and love.